everyone, this is VJose32, and this is Butts on Deck. And first of all, if you haven't noticed, I made small minor changes to my channel. It is now known as the World of Cards, because I think that reflects my channel just a little bit better. That's what it's all about, the world of playing cards and cards from around the world. And not really a club. However, I still have the card club over in my Facebook group. Go join the club. It's fun. Anyways, let's take a look at what's going on in Kickstarter. For starters, there's a new deck called the Bicycle Dark Templar playing cards. It's based on the Templar Knights. It's pretty interesting. Lots of vibrant colors, tons of details, maybe too many details. I'm not even sure if USPC can print a deck with so many details. And the worst part is they've got the indexes kind of messed up, making it a little bit harder to use or unusable, where they've got the pip in one corner and the number or letter in the opposite corner. And the indexes are hard to identify, in my opinion. And this deck is designed by the same person who designed the most recent, at least the most recent deck for Elite playing cards. I forget what it was called, but it was the one that was red and blue. Still hasn't printed yet. Was it the Platinum or was it something else? I don't remember. And they may have designed, I think they might have designed the previous one as well. Now they're doing their own stuff. It's 95% funded. It's pretty interesting. However, it's not very practical for cards or Magic, and I think they really need to improve on their designs and get less details, make them a little bit more simple, you know. The 3D metal mechanized playing cards by Dale Mathis, 199% funded with almost $70,000. I believe if they hit 70 or 75,000, they will upgrade to a B stock, which is good. And they added more color options for the box, and I think there's going to be another one later on, including a different frame in black. They're adding a cheaper frame which does not have the mechanical components or the lights. However, it still works. It's just magnetic, which I might go for depending on the price. Haven't seen the price though, last time I checked. The Oracle playing cards by Chris Avdiyenko, almost funded. It's 84% funded. It's definitely going to get funded. Same with the Density playing cards, 79% funded. I can't see this one failing. The Cthulhu playing cards by Dan Chris, well funded, almost 300% funded. With 13 days left. If you missed out, go check it out before it's too late. And they are doing two decks now. The Necronomicon edition is going to be completely custom. The Plain Arts deck, which features 54 completely different cards by 54 different artists, is well funded. The Civil Unrest Bicycle playing cards are back. 11 days left, 90% funded. It's going to make it. The Steampunk Pirates deck, if you've missed out, only 3 days left, and it's well funded with over 1,000 backers. It's obviously going to make it. And I should remind you, getting decks from Kickstarter afterwards is a little bit harder and usually more expensive. B and Poker World doesn't usually get them unless he gets them from a deal on them from USPC or from the seller. And the one at Zach sometimes gets them, depends if they're nice or not. And you know, sometimes you see them on other websites, but they always cost more money and they're always harder to find. And sometimes there's Kickstarter exclusive decks as well. The Gentleman 52 bicycle playing cards with mustaches, only 48% funded, but there's still 21 days to go. I think it's going to be close. I don't know if it's going to make it or not. Another one that I might have mentioned is the Split Suit playing cards. It is funded, must have just gone funded within the last day or so. They were only looking for 500 bucks, so you can imagine what the quality is going to be like. I'm not sure how practical these cards are for Magic or playing cards as well, because every card features two suits. For instance, they have a 7 of hearts, and then on the opposite corner, the opposite index is a 7 of cups, and there is a cup inside each heart pip. They have a queen, which is half queen of spades in black. The other half is red, and it's basically a queen of swords, or maybe it's a spade, but it's a different spade. It's like a sword or a dagger. I don't really know how practical or usable those are, and I don't think I'm going to pick them up myself. And the back design is in one way and not that great. The Celtic playing cards is funded for 11 days to go. We haven't really seen too much art from it, and nor back design, so I don't know, we'll see. It makes me a little bit nervous backing a project which we're not really seeing a whole lot of, and it's just basically an idea, but we'll see what happens. The creepy playing cards. Hang on, gotta go turn off the oven. Alright, as I was saying, the creepy playing cards by XQ Productions, however you pronounce that, not looking good. Only 73% funded with 5 days to go, and this guy I don't think has had any successful projects, except for maybe the Bicycle Emotions, and that one was not USPC, it was very low goal from what I can recall. This one again, he's only looking for 5,500 or something like that for a USPC deck, which is not enough. However, I don't think it's going to make it. It might make it, it could make it, but considering most of his other projects have been failures, I'm not too confident that it will make it. Zombie White playing cards. This is white version of the Zombie Black. 7 days left. Well funded, over 400% funded. Not USPC though, but you can check it out. It's pretty nice looking. The Irish Gaelic playing cards, which I mentioned before, which is basically to help you learn the Gaelic language. Only 14 days left and just over 50% funded. I don't think it's going to make it. The Meridian playing cards, Bicycle Meridian by TPX Designs. Only 30% funded. However, it's still 25 days to go. It will probably just barely get funded like the previous campaigns. However, it's very slow, and already he's throwing out possible new boxes when I think they should be focusing on the one main box. If you can't sell the one deck as it is, that's not very good, and why throw out other boxes and other colors just to try and sell more, you know. The Bicycle Photographus, 19 days left, just over 50% funded, may or may not make it. It's a pretty interesting deck, definitely very original, but it's not very useful or practical for Magic or cards, just mainly for art purposes. The Caravan of Seers playing cards, the Cartomancer playing cards, 7 hours left, not even 50% funded. It's not going to make it again. I guess people just aren't that interested in them. The Gestalt playing cards, 10 hours left, again, not even 50% funded. It's not going to make it either. I guess people like their playing cards as they are. They don't want them modernized. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, is what people are saying, in my opinion. The Renegades and Rogues playing cards, 10 days left, only 15% funded. Forget about it, it's not going to make it. Only 79 backers, that's pretty pathetic. Maybe the biggest problem is the faces are pretty standard. It kind of looks like a Series 1800 deck. And the court cards are pretty horrible. The back design is even worse. I've tried to mention that, but I guess you didn't care. The Demographic playing cards, which features basically different people and different court cards, like the hearts I believe are all Asian people, Another one I think is Africans. Another one I think is Europeans. 7 days left, only 40% funded. It's not going to make it. One deck that I mentioned that I may have not mentioned before is the Flip 52. This was just funded yesterday. 200% funded exactly. $2,001. Not USPC or anything like that. The idea is, you know how you go on a date sometimes and you want to get to know someone but the words just aren't coming out? Well, they propose you to take this deck of cards, pull it out, and you select cards, there's questions on the cards, and that helps you have a conversation. I think that's more awkward than than an awkward conversation, and I don't think anyone's going to walk around with a deck of cards. It does have a one-way design. The faces just have questions on them. They do have a big number or letter for whatever it is, and they do have some tips, I believe, but it's not very useful for playing cards or Magic, and I don't think too many people would actually use it. I mean, who's going to whip out a deck of cards on a date? um, the Wanted, Dead or Alive, Wild West playing cards. 4 days left, only 26% funded. I think I've tried to mention it before, and I think this guy said concentrate on one color, one deck. Then if it's successful, then worry about doing a deck. He's been trying to do a red deck and a limited white deck, and people just aren't buying. It is a nice deck, a beautiful deck. I think you should check it out. But unfortunately, it's not going to make it. The League of Monsters playing cards, 11 days left, only 40% funded. It's not going to make it either, I don't think. It's designed by Kevin Cox, who has backed a lot of card projects. It's not bad looking, very Halloween themed though. But I guess people just aren't that interested in it. Another one, the Blacklight Monster deck. Balance failing for sure. 10 days, only 11% funded. It was basically a failure right from the beginning. The Anarchy Casino playing cards, another failure. 5% funded, 12 days left. You shouldn't even try again. Nobody wants that deck. Basically, it is a blatant ripoff of the Madison Rounders in black, except it has a different logo on it, which looks like the Chris Angel A logo that you see on some of his cards and the Jokers. And it basically features the same logo for the Ace of Spades and on the Jokers and on the front of the box with, as far as I know, standard court cards. Very lazy. Apparently it took him 8 months to come up with this thing. It says it's a retro casino design, which is sort of true, but not really. And yeah, and the highest quality card stock, yes, sir. I don't think it's a B stock that they're using. And it's just, nobody wants it. It's pretty pathetic. Another new deck of cards is the Wild Edible poker cards. It's already half funded. It's pretty interesting. Every card, let me see. I think clubs and spades have green indexes. Hearts and diamonds have white indexes. Every card has a picture of a different plant, a wild plant, which can be eaten. Like there is a salmonberry, there's a wild onion, wild lettuce, and etc., etc. Wild sweet pea. It's pretty interesting. Not practical for Magic or cards or anything like that. And not really what I would do with a deck of cards. And the back of every card has information on that specific plant. I really think, it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea for a deck of playing cards. And I'm going to probably tell that guy the same thing. Free purposes from this deck of cards are 1. Regular deck of poker cards to play your favorite games. 2. A wild edible guide you can use to learn new plants. And free a forager's quiz. By reading the plant descriptions on the back of the cards and trying to guess what the plant on the front card is. You can effectively turn these cards into flashcards. Yay. Of course not USB-C or anything like that, and just not that great. Also, the most awesome poker set in the world. Only not even 50% funded. They're looking for 21,000. They're at 9,400. The playing cards that they've come up with are actually pretty nice looking, although completely standard. The back designs are nice. The other major killing point, or that the only other major issue is they don't sit outside the U.S. It's going to be a hard sell for any project with playing cards or otherwise when you don't customize the playing cards. The poker chips look like poker chips you could find anywhere else, and the cards are just completely standard with a different back design that took like weeks and weeks and weeks to come up with. And I don't know, I mean, if they're going to customize the cards or not. From what I can see, they're just basically using a bicycle, ace of spades, and court cards in the images. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks pretty nice. The cards look nice, but it's just not going to fund. I don't think it's not going to make it. There is going to be another new deck coming on Halloween to Kickstarter, the Houdini Seance deck, which is probably going to fail. I don't even know what it looks like. I just heard about it on the forums. As for the websites, I got nothing from 311 or the Blue Ground or House of Playing Cards. Conjuring Arts has been doing October card bonanzas for the last couple of weeks before they were doing a brick of Legends and a brick of something else. I don't remember what it was. Now they're doing a bunch of other decks like Ask Alexander's, a brick of Bicycle Professionals, Acorn backs, Smith backs, a whole bunch of the decks. You can get like 2 bricks of decks, a value of $295 or something for like $100 in the US. Not sure what it costs for international, but you can check it out, especially if you're looking for some of their cards. Don't worry, it's only 4 Ask Alexanders. I know those ones aren't that high on everyone's list. And also from Dan and Dave, the October playing cards are still available, and now they have uncut seats available. If you get one of those, you get a deck along with it. And they got a new release coming in about 5 days. No idea what it is, but there's a countdown on their website. It says the next release is in like 5 days and however many hours. So keep your eyes posted for that. I'll update you next week if it's anything interesting. And the Lose Nest, I don't really have anything. Although they have been having a sale, I think it ends today or tomorrow, where if you buy any black deck, you get like 15% off on those black decks. That includes anything: Saddle Masters, Vipers, Black Arcanes, I'm seeing Rounders and the Dealers, etc., etc. Also, if you spend $31 or more, you get a free gift, which is one of various Magic DVDs that they listed in their email. I think it ends today again. I apologize for not mentioning anything sooner. Although I could be wrong. It might go into the other month or something like that. But I'm pretty sure it ends today. And also, apparently there's rumors of a new Madison Rounders deck. Let's hope not. Especially if it's brown, which is what the rumor is. And I don't think we need brown Rounders. It's too close to black. And I don't think we need any more Rounders, period. Let's come up with something new and original. Speaking of new and original, apparently some people have received their new floral decks from AlloyStudio.com. They released green ones and purple ones recently, as well as the red tunes. Apparently there's a card in one of them that says coming soon to a new deck, which says called the P something. Just bear with me one moment. P. Wolf, I think. Yeah, no, sorry, P. Fowl. Same letters, different word. P. Fowl, playing cards. It's very floral again. It's got yellow and like turquoise. It says P. Fowl on the back. Hopefully that's just like an ad card or something and not the actual back design. I mean, the design's not bad, but it's not centered very properly. And it says P-Fowl, making it a one-way design. Pretty horrible. But we'll see. But it's nice. It is nice to see them coming up with something new and original instead of just new colors in the same old thing, because we had 4 colors now in the floral decks, 2 or 3 different colors in the Blue Tune, Red Tune series, and I mean, it's getting ridiculous. And especially when they did not release the green and purple decks at the same time, they released them like a week apart. It's like, why are you making me pay for shipping twice? It's just so stupid, and I hate when people do that very much. I think that's pretty much all I got. By the way, my deck of playing cards. Oh, I should mention the Vict playing cards, not mine. The Vict, which is short for Victorian. On Kickstarter, have all shipped out. I believe the Dante's Inferno is shipping. Federal 52 will be shipping in the near future. The Native Art decks are shipping. There's a whole bunch that's shipping and coming. Still waiting for the Bicycle Core and the Bicycle Quicksilver. These are all apparently shipping for a long, long time, some of them. The Vic playing cards, she is giving up. She has shipped out the last of the orders. She says that there was issues with, I guess, the U.S. Playing Card Company. She had issues with U.S. Post tossing packages around like they're a basketball, which is unacceptable in my opinion as well. And she doesn't want to deal with that crap anymore. She's giving up. Fortunately, unlike, you know, the guys who did the Vortex deck or the Core, or especially Ultraviolet, they did not give up after shipping out a few packages. And she gave up after shipping everything out, so good for her. And my deck of cards, the Jose Fruity deck, I don't even have a name. If you have a suggestion for a name, post it down below. You can kind of see what the pips on the cards look like by the new banner on my channel page. And you can see images of it in my Facebook group. I have signed off on it, and it's going to cost me about $600 to print 36 decks. It includes about $80 for shipping, although I'm hoping to find a cheaper way to ship it. I don't know if they will. And also about $20 in a charge just to pay with a credit card. So much for making things simpler. And so I signed off on that. I just sent the email with that information, and I'm hoping to get them in early November, and I'll be selling them. I don't know how exactly. Canadian buyers preferred, because that's easy to do, but whatever. And that's what I've got. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you next time.